Hello ComixFam. Brace yourselves because in today's story, the DC and Marvel universes make cosmic forbidden love again, just like they did back in JLA Avengers, and the multiverse pays the child support. And guess what? Batman runs headfirst into Deadpool's insanity. Darkclaw returns. Nightwing and Wolverine team up for a tag team of pure violence. Constantine and Doctor Strange argue like two grumpy wizards. Harley Quinn drags the Hulk into full gamma-powered chaos, and Static literally zaps a new friendship with Miss Marvel. So buckle up, you're strapping into a cosmic Ferris wheel of pandemonium built by gods. Smash that subscribe button, and let's explore the craziest crossover of 2025, ComixFM style. Batman and Deadpool, the cosmic kiss caper. Once upon a shimmering sliver of the time-space continuum, two lonely universes bumped into each other, Eternity of Marvel and Kismet of DC, while on a night out at Anthropomorpho's Big Bang Bang Singularities bar. One dance led to one glance, and that glance became a chance for cosmic romance. But the moment their lips nearly touched, the cosmic balance shrieked like a dying star. Realities bent sideways, and Gotham became the epicenter of the multiversal migraine. Meanwhile, Batman was meeting a man named Victor Gover, shattered after his wife was murdered by assailants who were searching an artifact. Batman promised him justice, relying on Victor's eidetic memory to retrace every detail. His investigation held him to Aia, Greece, hunting the target Victor described. He warned his partner not to engage. The artifact involved could twist reality inside out, like cosmic laundry. On site, he found slaughtered checkmate soldiers, torn apart by bestiamorphs who might have stolen the artifact. But then he found something stranger, a batarang buried in the beasts, one that wasn't his. He moved in to investigate, and someone slowly reached out for him. Eternity and Kismet passionately kissed, and reality buckled, shuddered, and went gloriously haywire. Deadpool burst onto the scene carrying Batman's corpse like a tragic party favor. Arrows sticking out of the dark night like he'd offended an archery club. Without missing a beat, Deadpool broke the fourth wall, bawling to the readers that he told Batman this would happen. But before anyone judged him, he promised a slow-mo flashback. As he spoke, he had already slithered into the flashback as animated ninjas practically lined up to be sliced. Then he froze. Someone was breathing. Loudly. He counted 1, 2, 3 vibrational walls between them. He yelled for the mystery lurker to show themselves, even striking a heroic pose. Instead, a flock of duck bombs exploded, tossing him like spicy confetti. When the smoke cleared, Batman stood there, holding Deadpool's severed legs like mismatched luggage. "I think you might have some answers," he said. Deadpool admitted he and his feet were on a trial separation. His healing factor kicked in, new legs sprouting painfully fast. Batman noted it looked excruciating. Then he asked if the name Deathstroke meant anything, given their suspiciously similar costumes. Deadpool said it only reminded him of Olympic snuff swimming, or a questionable Kama Sutra's self-abuse maneuver. Batman smiled. "Not a Slade Wilson then." "Good." Deadpool lunged with his sword, and Batman blocked it with the casual confidence of someone who's parried far sharper things. He tackled Deadpool into the floor, leaving him sprawled out and counting cartoon birdies. Batman stepped away, already analyzing everything. This place wasn't just odd, it was outside reality, humming with a hyperreal, hallucinatory vibe straight out of a Court of Owls fever dream. Batman noted that Deadpool seemed like a multiversal echo of Slade Wilson. Deadpool bristled, insisting he hated comparisons. He didn't call Batman Moon Knight Light or discount Nighthawk. Besides, he already knew Batman. They kept walking until they boarded a wildly absurd duck boat and drifted into a Joker-themed tunnel of chaos. Deadpool babbled non-stop, claiming his chatter usually drove partners insane. But Batman was holding up well. Batman replied he'd spent years fighting beside hyperactive kids and squaring off against a homicidal clown, so crazy barely registered anymore. As they exited, Deadpool whispered that they were being watched and should give the audience their money's worth. Batman ignored the theatrics, focused on decoding the rules of this warped dimension. He asked Deadpool what single idea connected everything they'd seen. The player piano, the hotel reception, the map of Florida, the chessboard. Deadpool stared, horrified. Is this a cognitive test? Do I look like I care? Batman picked up a basketball and held it out like it was the key to the universe. Get it yet? He asked. Deadpool snapped that he couldn't dunk, so basketballs were basically his kryptonite. And what cosmic nonsense was Batman implying anyway? That's when the animated ninjas stormed in like glitchy extras. Deadpool whipped out his gun, but instead of bullets, webs whipped out. Annoyed, he switched to slicing mode, carving through the ninjas. Batman, ever calm in the chaos, said, I don't know you, but you know me, right? Deadpool nodded. Oh yeah, Batman's got something stronger than adamantium. Plot armor. Batman stepped in front of him, grinned, and said, then let's test a theory. Hundreds of arrows flew, spearing Batman in a multiversal pincushion moment, yet he didn't fall. Deadpool, he shouted, none of this is real. We're in a shared mind. The White Owl has us. And outside reality, the truth was grotesquely literal. Cassandra Nova stood with her hands buried inside both their heads. She commanded Deadpool to drag Batman back from the brink of death inside their shared dreamscape. She needed one answer. The location of the artifact. The only weapon that could kill her. The weapon Deadpool had been tracking. And only Batman knew what it truly was. Inside the shared mindscape, the story snapped back to the present. Deadpool kneeling with a dying Batman cradled in his arms. He addressed the readers, complaining that Batman was unbelievably heavy, like the deluxe Henry Moore sculpture edition. Still, he dragged the Dark Knight across the broken dreamscape and dumped him straight into a Lazarus pit, fully aware Batman would come out extremely unhinged. As Batman sank under the glowing green waters, Deadpool yelled, Come on, slugger." But what climbed out of the pit wasn't Bruce Wayne. Deadpool's jaw dropped. Emerging from the steaming neon pool was the Amalgam Earth 9602 mashup of Batman and Wolverine, Logan Wayne, the one and only Darkclaw. Before Deadpool could make a snarky aside, Darkclaw launched himself at him with pure feral fury, pinning him to the ground and carving into him with adamantium claws. Yet even while shredding Deadpool like cosmic coleslaw, he yelled at him to listen. They stabbed each other back and forth like badly choreographed fencing partners, until they were both panting on the giant keys of an enormous typewriter. Darkclaw growled, "We have to get out of our minds." Deadpool screamed back, "How?" Darkclaw snarled one word, "Prep." He explained he had a partner in the real world, one who never followed orders. It was none other than Damian Wayne. Damian leapt onto Cassandra Nova and cracked her across the skull with his baton, shattering her psychic grip on Batman and Deadpool. Batman yelled at Deadpool to get back to the fortress. Deadpool quipped that he loved the fun-sized version of himself, which earned him a deadly glare from Damian. "I'm no one's mini version," he declared. "I'm the son of Batman." Inside the fortress, they found a man standing over a fallen Batman, clutching the artifact. Deadpool dubbed him Phantom Stenographer, but Batman recognized the object instantly. The Cosmic Keyboard, a device capable of rewriting reality itself. Suddenly, all the scattered clues, the piano, the map, the chessboard, clicked together. Every hint had been a key. Batman had hidden the keyboard's image behind a mental firewall, keeping Cassandra Nova from retrieving it. So she hijacked Deadpool instead, using his chaotic brain as her shortcut to its name and location. Batman explained that a week ago, a minor villain called the Writer had died on a Suicide Squad mission, but he hadn't died at all. He had absorbed the Cosmic Keyboard. Victor Gover, aka Sportsmaster, had witnessed the incident, and his memories led Batman straight to the truth. And then the twist hit like a multiversal thunderbolt. The writer was literally writing the events of the story in real time. And the writer was, of course, Grant Morrison. The writer revealed the Batman at his feet wasn't Earth Zero's Bruce, but the Batman from DC, Marvel Shared Earth 7642. The Cosmic Keyboard had mapped Earth Zero's Batman into that continuity. Everyone wanted the keyboard. Batman shouted at Deadpool to grab it before Nova did, but the writer calmly explained it wouldn't work for her, and in fact, would never again be used to rewrite canon. Right then, Cassandra Nova attacked, jamming her fingers into the writer's skull, trying to force him to write a horror story where monsters win. The writer grinned. "Cassandra, what if you weren't real? What if you were made on a machine like this?" As he typed new reality into existence, he said, "You broke the bat, you peed the pool, now face the music." And far away, something cosmic, thunderous, and scandalous happened. Eternity and Kismet made love as the 60s Batman theme blasted across creation. Reality folded, merged, and restitched itself. And from that rupture leaped a new hero, Dead Bat. Deadpool and Batman fused into one reality-shattering warrior, sword raised, charging straight at Nova. Later, Deadpool carried Nova's decapitated head away to his universe. Her head was still blabbering. Deadpool told Batman that Nova will live. He said that his work was done. When the Earth 7642 Batman came to his senses, Deadpool promised to tell him how awesome it was to team up with the real deal from Earth Zero. Deadpool said that he and Batman had shared memories, which he would savor again and again in the dark. After Deadpool wandered off to disrupt another reality, Batman found himself face to face with the writer, calm, smug, and radiating that I literally control your existence energy. The writer explained that whatever bizarre cosmic conjunction had triggered the cosmic keyboard had finally burned itself out. The multiversal fever dream was over. For now. He added, almost casually, that the president had just signed an executive order to rebuild the fourth wall, brick by narrative brick, to keep stray ideas and rogue storylines from leaking in. So he couldn't stick around. Editorial security was tightening. He was only there to grab a memento before the continuity police dragged him back where he belonged. As the writer tried to leave, Batman stopped him. He remembered that the writer could not rewrite comics canon with the keyboard. So Batman asked him, "Can you do one thing, and then, somewhere far above mortal narrative pay grades?" The cosmos itself let out a long, shimmering breath, the kind of ethereal sigh angels might release after finishing a difficult group project. Equal parts satisfaction and mild disappointment. Their starlit romance spent, eternity and Kismet finally drifted apart. Two godlike lovers stepping back into their own infinite corners. Eternity sat at one corner of the vast cosmic bed, nebulae still swirling lazily around him. He gave Kismet a half smile and said, "Maybe some other time. I mean, I literally have all the time." Kismet, glowing with mild disappointment, sighed and answered, "Sure, why not?" She casually pulled out her cosmic mobile device, a galaxy-folding, stardust-powered thing. The moment Eternity saw it, his cosmic eyes widened. "You dare not rate me." "Not yet. We are not done." And so, with the cosmic curtain drawn tight, the universe quietly stitched itself back. That night, Victor Gover opened his front door and froze. His wife stood there, alive, smiling, restored by the writer's final edits to reality. Edits Batman himself had gently suggested. High above, on the rooftop, Batman crouched in the cold wind. Firecrackers blossomed across the sky like brief, blazing universes. As their colors washed over the city he protected, he whispered into the night, "Happy holidays." Hellblazer and Doctor Strange, a magician walks into a universe. In Greenwich Village, NYC, John Constantine walked through the streets smoking. He reflected that one morning things seemed normal, until some cosmic nonsense ruined his day. Two contradictory magical worlds collided, tangled together, and grew furious. Constantine explained he had ended up somewhere unaccustomed to someone as filthy as him, and it was up to him to fix things before they got worse. Creatures hiding in the shadows struggled to coexist, and now everything was tussling, trying to come out on top. As Neron fought Mephisto, Ghost Rider chased Swamp Thing. Constantine arrived at Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum. He sarcastically asked what kind of last name Strange was. Strange descended the steps and said he had expected an emissary of cosmic tidings, but not one wearing a trench coat. Constantine joked that he left his tights at the dry cleaner. Strange invited him inside. Constantine commented on the decor, calling Strange a doctor of hocus pocus. Strange asked his name, and Constantine introduced himself simply as John. As they walked inside, Strange said that with magical entanglements of this scale, he expected to hear from John. Constantine said he heard Strange was the Sorcerer Supreme. Constantine admitted he came to fix things and believed Strange had the tools to help. Strange said the problem went deeper than magic and that the best word for it was horror. Constantine pointed out that magic behaved differently here. The scares were different too. The horrors from his world meeting the horrors from Strange's world. He said that the shadows from his universe were darker and their stories pulled from nightmares. Meanwhile, Ghost Rider chained Swamp Thing and dragged him, telling him he did not belong here. Swamp Thing had been teleported to the Marvel Universe because of the universal overlap. Constantine said their worlds played different games, but this combined mess needed fixing before people got hurt. As they talked, a vicious battle erupted between Ghost Rider and Swamp Thing. Back inside, Strange confronted Constantine, realizing he had been trying sleeping spells while pretending to seek help. Strange accused him of betrayal and of trying to steal from him. He bound Constantine in a magical leash, but Constantine headbutted him and grabbed the Eye of Agamotto, causing Strange to activate it. Constantine's third eye opened, and he witnessed the planes of magic from both DC and Marvel Universe flowing into him violently. He watched the war between Ghost Rider and Swamp Thing, Mephisto and Neron. Strange explained no single sorcerer could fix this alone, and that their magics worked best together, so he jumped in to help. They slowly watched Neron and Swamp Thing vanish as they were teleported to the DC universe. In the end, the crisis resolved. Constantine joked about the hangover it would cause. Strange said he had sensed Constantine's self-destructive nature, but also that he cared. Constantine prepared to return to his own world, but invited Strange to visit and see the horror in his realm. Strange considered it and whispered intriguingly, "Perhaps I will." Nightwing and Laura Kinney Wolverine, Stikts and Snikts. In Gotham City, the night held its breath as Laura Kinney, aka Wolverine, met Nightwing. They both knew how they had started off as kids, with different names. Laura was X-23, Nightwing was previously Robin, but they had both outgrew their names and weaved their own legends. Wolverine was looking for Batman. Her sister Gabby was walking her pet in Gotham, when suddenly, someone took them. But Wolverine found Nightwing instead, a far better deal in her opinion. They stood in front of sewer lines, when Nightwing suggested that they should take the middle one, as it was impassable and got no traffic. When Wolverine asked, Nightwing said that he had memorized the sewer map, as he spent a lot of time down there. Wolverine joked if he had to wash his own clothes, but Nightwing smiled and said that he had a butler, implying he grew up rich. Nightwing found blood and scales on the wall, but did not want to frighten Wolverine. Wolverine got the scent too, and knew Nightwing was hiding something. She asked Nightwing, "Me and my sister heal. What can you do?" Nightwing smiled and replied, "I do what I can." Wolverine was surprised to find that Nightwing was just another normal Joe, without superpowers. Suddenly, Wolverine caught a scent. They went further and found Gabby locked up in cage. Wolverine sliced through the cage, and Nightwing grabbed Gabby mid-air. Gabby told Wolverine that whatever took them was still there. Right then, Killer Croc jumped out of the sewer water, surprising them both. Nightwing jumped between them and Croc, which surprised Wolverine more. Even without any powers, Nightwing was one of the bravest allies that she had seen. Wolverine jumped and sliced Croc's nails off. Nightwing noted that, with the rage she held within her, she could have easily killed Croc. But instead, she used every shred of her willpower to stop herself from killing. But still, Croc was frightened out of his life. He surrendered, screaming for Wolverine to stop. Wolverine stopped and asked why he took Gabby. Gabby intervened, saying that Croc did not take her. He took her pet Jonathan. Gabby tried to stop him and got caged instead. Nightwing was surprised out of his mind, seeing that Jonathan was an actual Wolverine. Nightwing said that he had a dog. Gabby immediately wanted to pet her. So after they took care of Croc, Nightwing took Wolverine and Gabby to the clock tower. While Wolverine and Batgirl talked over food, Nightwing and Gabby petted Jonathan and Bitewing. Gabby sweetly pointed out that both Nightwing and Wolverine had superhero fathers, so that made them both Nepo heroes. Later, Wolverine and Nightwing stood on the roof, and talked about their childhood and the pressures of filling their father's shoes. Looking at the horizon, both of them acknowledged each other's struggles and bravery as the shadows of their fathers loomed over them. Harley and Hulk's amazing Saturday. Harley Quinn spent her amazingly relaxing Saturday dragging a very grumpy Hulk through an industrial wasteland spa day. She smeared yellow goop on him, tried a little shiatsu, and insisted a girl like her needed her relaxation, even if the relaxation spot was an amusement park called Acid Rain. Harley stuffed herself with chili dogs while Hulk sat there like a giant radioactive thundercloud. Then, bam! A robot thing on a scooter burst in, flipping the hot dog vendor and sending sausages flying. Harley perked up instantly, calling it a rat alien thing. Hulk roared and charged, because apparently this was all Big Green's fault somehow. Harley waved at him. "Hey Hulky, it's me, Harley." He smashed anyway. The bot zoomed into a toxic waste plant, crashed, bounced, and fell into a radioactive vat with the sausages. Harley and Hulk chased it, peering into bubbling neon sludge, while Harley joked about toxic hot dogs. Suddenly, they were actually attacked by biting toxic hot dogs. Harley spotted a pressure gauge and asked Hulk for a ride, and he lifted her like a princess through a storm of flying hot dogs. She hit the switch to the freeze point, causing a massive ice explosion that sent frozen meat and hot dog debris raining down. Hulk emerged from the smoke, with Harley clinging to him, thrilled beyond reason. She yelled, "Let's do it again!" and Hulk just growled, static. And Miss Marvel, new friends in old places. Kamala Khan was at home with her parents, her mother urging her to eat more while her father teased her about dessert. Kamala said she was stuffed, but her mom still brought out Kheer. As they chatted, the TV suddenly showed a giant creature tearing through the city. They all stared in shock, and the whole house shook. Her father sighed. Not again. Meanwhile, Virgil Hawkins was having dinner with his family. His parents questioned his B+ in biology, and he tried to explain he had a lot on his mind. His phone buzzed with news of the attack, and he immediately grabbed his bag and ran out despite his parents protesting. Outside, a huge, mutated sewer creature burst onto the street. Kamala shifted into Miss Marvel and rushed toward danger, telling everyone to run because she had things under control. A woman pointed out the other guy, confusing Kamala. That other guy was Static, who zoomed in on a trail of lightning and announced he would handle it. Static blasted the creature with electricity, and Miss Marvel leapt in with a giant punch. They exchanged names on the fly. Kamala thanked him and said she'd add him to the group chat. Static insisted he'd add her. They bickered a bit until the monster roared again. Kamala suggested, "I'll go high, you go low," and Static agreed. Together, they hit the creature with a combined strike of lightning and embiggened fists. As they fought, it became clear that sometimes the unexpected person who shows up becomes the friend you didn't realize you needed. The two heroes rushed the creature once more, side by side. That wraps up this crazy caper through pure multiversal madness, ComixFam. But fear not, the ride isn't over. In our next video, we bring you Deadpool, Batman. Yes, Wade meets the Bat again, but in a whole new setting. And that's not all. We're unleashing more wild crossovers. Wonder Woman and Captain America, Crypto and Jeff the Landshark, Daredevil and Green Arrow, Green Lantern and the Guardians of the Galaxy. And the greatest of all, Logo, the unholy fusion of Lobo and Wolverine, makes his first appearance in our next video. Till then, stay crazy, stay absolute.